You now have a substantive minister in office. The Honorable Kabogo is not a stranger to you. Maybe at a personal level, yes, for some of you, but in terms of the public space, he's not a stranger to you or a stranger to us. He has been a parliamentarian. He has served as a governor of Kiambu. He's a businessman. And the way I know him is somebody who is very forthright, courageous. He speaks his mind. And on your behalf, I wish to congratulate him on his appointment by President William Ruto. And my request to you is to accord him all the support, all the advice that is necessary so that he can serve the people of Kenya appropriately and in a manner that brings equity and fairness to all our people. There's also the challenge around communication. I have to be honest that we are facing some challenges around communication. In plain terms, we are getting a lot of beating from the media. There's the new media, which is the social media, but also from the mainstream media, we have been taking a lot of beating. Sometimes we don't speak to our good things, and there's a saying that don't blow your own trumpet. But I would like to look at it differently. If you do not blow your own trumpet, then who will blow it for you? That is the issue. So it is important that we also package what we achieve and what we do appropriately and let the Kenyan people know that we are doing certain things that are in the interest of this country. We need to put this thing in perspective, and I can only appeal to you, members of the Fourth Estate. Let us work on this together. The Kenya you vilify is the Kenya that is the hub, the regional hub for all the media houses. Kenya, the Kenya government has provided you the best opportunity. All the big houses are here. If you go and you figure out which is the largest BBC station in Africa, where is it domiciled? It's domiciled in Nairobi. Did they come here because we have bad laws? Or is it because we have a very reasonable level of freedom of expression as provided for in the Constitution? So these are fundamentals that we keep on ignoring. Two, governments do not determine their invitations on the basis of social media. We did not invite the King of Netherlands or the royal family to visit through social media. There are government channels for such invitations. Okay? So, where is this rumor coming from? That because a few people have played on social media, that it has affected our relationship with the Netherlands. It's wishful thinking. Our partnership with Netherlands is very solid. They are strong investors in this country. They'll continue to be strong investors in this country. And we have a very good relationship. The rest is just a rumor mill. But it may be pleasing those who think it is gaining traction. I can tell you it's not. When we were being salamiwad, if I may use that terminology, tulikuwa tunasalamiwa. Sasa unapata mtu mzima, wengine hata ni profesa, anajua sheria, lakini anachukua namba ya Mudavadi, anabwaga kule nje, anasema msalamie. And he's a professor, deliberately infringing the privacy laws. You know, and basically calling for anarchy. Why is Australia looking at reviewing their laws and making sure that they protect their children? You know, so that they are not subjected to this harassment. You wake up one day and you have your sister, or you have your daughter, or you have your son, and your son is being bastardized, or your daughter is being bastardized on social media. My friend, how does it feel? How would it feel? Why have we been seeing high rates of suicide in some of those countries? Because these are young people. How do they manage such an affront? They do not know how. So some might end up committing suicide. So we also have an obligation as a country to think through these things, bring it up even in our educational curricula, so that there can be responsible use of these tools, the artificial intelligence that we are now going to embrace as we go into the future. We really have to think carefully as a nation and have a conversation so that we all know what are the rules of the game. Hata kwa football, ukishika mpira ni handball. The first question we should ask yourself, or the people who are critics on some of these things, to ask themselves, is it prestigious? Is it important for Kenya to have an opportunity to lead the African Union Commission for the first time since the AUC was set up? That's the basic question. If it is desirable, then it makes sense for Kenyans to have that opportunity. Secondly, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is also charged with the responsibility of lobbying for Kenyans who are seeking opportunities in international arena. Today, it is the Honorable Raila who is seeking to be the chair of the AUC, the African Union Commission. Tomorrow, we may have a Kenyan who will be seeking to become Secretary General of the United Nations. It may be you, my friend. What would you want Kenyans to do? Would you want them to vilify you or to support you? That is the basic question. So I think there's merit in Kenya, after more than 60 years, to be one of the countries that is now offering a credible candidate for the position of African Union chair, and let us support him. Because as you say, you're pulling him down, and yet you're not a candidate. You have not even presented your own credentials. And Kenya is a country that offers a high profile and can speak positively and effectively for matters Africa. So that is an opportunity. All right? Remember, we are not a failed state. So it is very, very important that we respect that.
Ukitaka kujua kitu kama tutachoma ama tutaban, kitu kama pornography, tukipata njia ya kuzuia hiyo tutazuia, because inaharibu watoto. Inaharibu watoto kabisa. I don't want to say this because allow me. You imagine you have a daughter and a son, and because you live in Nairobi, there are only 2 bedrooms. Yours and the mother, and the rest for children. Do you imagine what your son at the age of 9 and your daughter at the age of 7 would start thinking of doing because of what they see Nyinyi mnasikia vile ninasema jameni? Can you picture that thing in your own house? Because of pornography available easily on the net. Nyinyi mkitaka kwenda kuandika hiyo andikeni, lakini it is a very serious problem. And I hope you guys and us can take it upon ourselves to have a discussion in our country about morals, about the do's and the do not do's, so that we have a good country. Au sio jameni? Mimi nitakuwa kipaumbele ya kujaribu kusaidia. And then tap into the energy and innovation of these young men and women. And I say Gen Z is my business.